citizens. Um, First of all, without resources, nothing can come to light. Without funding or basic needs for the NEP 2020 policy, everything will not come to light. First of all, we have implementation and teacher readiness. Implementation requires money, and without money, nothing is not possible. Teachers are not available in rural areas that are pushing English or that have basic English trainings in rural areas are not available, meaning that urbanization has more teachers and has more resources, leaving the rural areas without any.
The data they aim is to provide the 50% of the implementation of this policy by the 2035. After that, they have provided the many implementation ratios I will talk about. First of all, 14.7 lakhs the schools have enrolled in it. 24.7 enrollment of the students, 24.7 crore students have enrolled, 1.01 crore teachers have enrolled. This is the way we can see that we are on the right path. The education policy is going on the right path. Next we will talk about the 5+3+4 structure. This means that after it is replaced by the 5+2 structure. In 5+3+3+4.
Truly giving her a fair chance. Is this policy trying to chase her dreams? No, I don't think so. The National Education Policy 2020 may widen the gap between the private and the government school, as not all the institutions may have the equal resource and its reforms. The National Education Policy 2020 still favors the urban and the privileged ones, leaving behind those who need it the most. The Nelson Mandela once said, "The education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world."
The students to learn with their comfort and to stay connected with their roots. Also, as we all know that during the previous times, children was not given much options to choose subjects according to their interest. But under this new education policy, children can choose their subjects according to their interest. For example, commerce with music and science with arts, which proves that this new education is not about the limits, but it's about the possibility.
Connected to their mother tongue also. Students are being taught in their mother tongue, which was not possible before. And the initiative was taken by NEP also. They have introduced the Diksha app, due to which they can cover their syllabus, which were, if there was a reason they are not able to go to their institute, which was not possible before. That was difficult for them. And in that case also, each and every language is available. That is the best point
Visionary roadmap. As I take stand for to conclude, I am reminded that Nelson Mandela once beautifully said that education is the most powerful weapon that one can use to change the world. And NEP, National Education Policy 2020, is that dream. It is a visionary roadmap which converts road learning, the typical road learning that India has been using since decades, into real understanding. The NEP 2020 is not just a plan on paper anymore. As the stats already mentioned by my teammate as well, that over 800 universities, 40,000 colleges has already implemented the plan.
Education with different skills and vocational education so that our future.
मेरे हिसाब से बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. Okay.
This policy is working, but the figures that I have states otherwise. So this policy, there lies a hidden dark truth behind the promises of flexibility and innovation. This hidden dark truth is that, which is stated by the Ministry of Finance, by the way. According to the figures present in the Ministry of Finance, in 2015, there was a budget of 69,000 crore rupees in education. Sounds good, right? Well, here's the catch. This budget increased to about 99,000 crores in 2020 when this policy was announced, right? But this was around about 2.7% of the GDP. And in 2025, which is currently, this has reached to about only 106,000 crores. That's around 2.9% of GDP, even though the target was 6%. So do you really think that we are going towards a hopeful future? Secondly, according to the Child Rights and Youth Report, which states that that the policy wants to implement a new educational model, even though there is lack of infrastructure in the rural schools, which is also stated by the Times of India report. Even though my opponents talked about development and AI, but we don't even have a proper infrastructure to teach basics. And finally, the Constitution of India clearly states that this policy was implemented by the central government, even though education is a concurrent department, which means that both state and central government have to take actions. But central government solely took the decision and implemented this policy on the state governments.
As we talk about that till 5th grade students should teach in their mother tongue. But what if a country has 16,000 plus languages? How could we train the teachers in this much languages? Who will train the teachers? So if first train the teachers so that they could teach in these languages, then only we could say that this language point is valid. And next about, last year the government said that we would give our 6% of GDP in educational system. But even if we were not even able to reach that level, that we could achieve 6% of GDP, then how could they get to how could they give to them? And next, government has said that next year 100% enrollment ratio would be there. But how could it possible if the teachers wouldn't be trained and infrastructure would not be good? So we would say that this policy good looks in documents, but not in reality. So first prepare the grounds, make it stable, then only you may say this is good. 2020 is the future of India. But what if the present is not stable? How could we say that our future would be better? As in that conclusion, I would say that the first point, digital divide. So we are saying that this policy is saying that every student will learn from digital devices, could get online educations, and everything would be high tech. But what about students who live in rural areas? Because according to UNICEF ratio, which was done in 2021, only 24% of rural areas have internet access. How could they get access to online educations? And this went mostly rural area parents put their children in government schools.
It's a revolution. For decades, India has envisioned an education policy which truly nurtures the creativity, innovation and skills rather than cramming stress or limitations. NEP 2020 is not about changing the textbooks or timetables, it's about changing the mindset. For long, our students were told to just cram the textbooks, not to implement or to create them. But NEP 2020 has given a fair chance, and it has done a whispering in our ears that you are not just to learn or to get marks, you are a thinker, you are a dreamer, you are an approacher which will bloom. NEP 2020 is not just about a document on a paper, it is about change, dream and a power that brightens our future of India.
सपना आगे जाता कैसे? और न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी का ये सपना भी अब अपनी हदों को मिल रहा है। अगर हम पहली बात करें तो इनका सबसे बड़ा क्लेम था कि जीडीपी में हम 6% तक लेकर आएंगे अपने टारगेट को, जो कि बहुत अच्छा है। सभी डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज में ऐसा ही हो रहा है। लेकिन हम पिछले 5 सालों में 3 से 4% की सीमा को ला नहीं पा रहे। फैक्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2024-25 में सिर्फ 2.7% ऑफ द जीडीपी और यूज फॉर एजुकेशन सर्विसेज, बल्कि 2020 के साथ जब एजुकेशन पॉलिसी बनी थी तभी हम 30% पर थे, तो हम उस क्रॉस को भी नहीं कर पा रहे। देन का सेकंड है कि यूनिवर्सल स्कूल अप्रोच, जिसमें इनका फोकस है कि हम टीचर्स को करेंगे एंड स्टूडेंट्स की इनरोलमेंट पर सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस करेंगे। बट यूडीआईएसए की रिपोर्ट के अकॉर्डिंगली 1 लाख से ज़्यादा ऐसे स्कूल हैं जहाँ पर अभी भी सिर्फ सिंगल टीचर पढ़ा रहे हैं पूरे स्कूल को, और 8,000 ऐसे स्कूल हैं जिन्होंने पिछले 5 सालों में 0 एनरोलमेंट किया। एंड इससे हमें पता लग रहा है कि कितना बड़ा गैप है जो अभी तक हमारी गवर्नमेंट कवर नहीं कर पा रही है। जैसे मेरे पार्टनर ने कहा कि 5 साल का टाइम बहुत होता है किसी चीज़ को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए। देन इनका पॉइंट आता है कि अर्ली चाइल्ड एजुकेशन केयर, जिसमें इनका मेजर फोकस है कि फाउंडेशनल लर्निंग सभी बच्चे तक पहुंच जाए। एक बच्चा उसे बेसिक अर्थमेटिक आती है और एक टेक्स्ट पढ़ सके। लेकिन अकॉर्डिंग टू रिपोर्ट ऑफ ASER 2023 एंड 2024, 80% बच्चे तीसरी क्लास के और 60% बच्चे 5वीं क्लास के दूसरी कक्षा का टेक्स्ट नहीं पढ़ सकते। एंड इसके बाद हमारी एक और रिपोर्ट आती है जिसमें जूरी ऐसी बता रही है कि टीचर्स अबाउट 43% ऑफ देम कैपेबल नहीं है, उनकी क्वालिफिकेशंस
not participating in moot courts and not having legal knowledge, not having practical knowledge about legal aid and client counseling, how that student will be successful in the future. So in the end, I would like to say that national education policy is definitely a visionary plan and not an impractical dream if we all work together for that. Thank you so much.